Some of y'all might be going through a spiritual loneliness. Like you don't feel lonely because you actually have friends that you hang out with, but like you feel like you're slowly starting to not connect with them as deeply as you did before. And that's completely normal in the awakening process. All right, that's completely normal. What you need to understand is your vibration is starting to rise while theirs isn't just yet. This is no reason to judge them, but you also can't be bogged down by them. You know, imagine yourself as a hot air balloon and you're just holding on to the rope that keeps you to the ground. You're just holding on to something, or like a weight hanging over there. You're just holding on so you don't fly away. It becomes like that's like the very first test of, are you ready to like let go and being part of this new spiritual way of life? I know it's scary. I know that it's different. I know it might be going against everything that you were taught, but are you ready to take this plunge? Or it's not necessarily a plunge. Are you ready to rise? You know? And what you'll quickly see is when you are in this, let's just say this this hot air balloon, when you rise, the earth literally looks different. You've been in a plane before, you've been in a hot air balloon. It's like when you are on the ground, you can see individual blades of grass. You can see buildings. You can see the street. You can see the cars. But when you get higher and higher and up, higher up, you see squares. You just see plots of land. You know, that's all you see. It looks completely different. So this time, this ascension process is for you to look back and be like, okay, what are you going to fill these plots of land with? Because they just all look blank when you're up here, right? When you're in this new world, those squares look blank to you, you know? So this point in time, that beginning of ascension, is for you to say, okay, you're floating around in space right now. You just broke away from the way of thinking. Now you're just in space. You're floating and floating with limited fuel in your jetpack. Where do you want to go? And you have to make that decision. You can keep floating around forever and be in limbo, or you can be like, okay, I'm tired of floating. I'm ready to like give my life direction. That's what this initial feeling is, okay? Then, you know, you start to want to go somewhere else, right? But let's bring it back to Earth real quick before we talk about that. So let's just say you're with a group of friends, right? And you've been friends with them for like 10 years. And you start to just wake up one day and you just start thinking more and more about your life and how you want it to go. And you just feel like there's something else acting on you. Or you feel like for me personally, it's like it felt like there's like a bubble in your chest and something that you need to express. And you try to find what that answer is. And everything that you've been doing, your friends just don't connect with it. But hey, yo, don't get all spiritual with us. You know, that's that voodoo. That's that demon devil stuff. Like, you don't want to be touching that. First of all, people like that, it's like y'all only know what you've been taught. You know, and it's like a lot of people, they give more power to the devil than who they give to the God that they worship. Oh, you going to hell. That's the devil. That's the devil. You going to hell. You going to hell. God don't like that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, who goes to heaven then? You know what I mean? Everybody goes to hell. Who goes to heaven? You know, so you have to understand that you're going to have to be prepared for that. All right. You're going to have to be prepared for that. And there's going to be a point where you just like, you know what? Y'all are really bogging me down. Like, I'm trying to learn this. Like, I thought y'all were my friends. You're supposed to support what I'm doing. I'd rather be by myself. And that's the decision a lot of people take. I'm just going to be by myself for a while. And then bringing it back to our space with your suit. You be okay, I don't know where I'm going, but that looks like something cool. And then you start to use your last little bit of reserve fuel in your suit to get to that location. And then that's when your journey really begins, because now you start to learn a bunch of cool things, you know. And the point of this part, after you decide your first step, you bring it in. It sounds cool. It's amazing. But then there's going to be something else that you're like, okay, well, this got me started. What about now? Okay, well, maybe what's that over there? Then you go there. Then you go to this group of people. There's this group of people. There's this group of people. And you start to find a whole bunch of things that's like, wait a minute, I was living in this world the entire time. All of this stuff was here. Why weren't we known about this? Why weren't we told about this? And that's the point. You're like, oh, it's my job to bring this to the people. We are the trailblazers. You know, the 95% of the world is sleep. It's a sad reality. Then there's like the next 4% of us is like the people that are learning about this, retaining all this information, gathering all this information, and starting to apply it. And some of us can get to a really good mastery of applying it. And then there's like that top 1%. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm using my jet fuel to get to. Find the masters. Send my energy out there so they can hear it and send a little beacon back and say, hey, yo, find me in the swamp. I'm the crazy swamp lady that can control all the alligators and talk to the trees. Hey, come to me. I'm in the desert. Find me like with my herd of goats, but I can also communicate with the sand and like open up temples that are in the Sahara Desert. These are the people I want to talk with. These are the people I want to find and sit at their feet. But in the meantime, I'm here and I found my thing. You have to find your thing. I don't care if it's crystals. I don't care if it's necromancy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's shamanism. I don't care if you're out here doing rain dances. I don't care. Whatever it is that you do, you have been guided to it because you are awakened now. You can now realize, what's my thing, universe? What's my thing, God? What's my thing, rain spirit? What's my thing, crystal? Show me my thing. Wherever you need to go to find it, go to it. And you'll be guided. Because what at the end game, what's supposed to happen is there's a wave of awakening coming across our planet right now. Wave of awakening. There's going to be more and more people that you're going to be seeing floating around in space, lost. It's like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be doing something, but what's up? But you've been through it. So you can fly out into space and be, hey, you might want to go that way. Hey, you might want to go that way. Hey, you might want to try learning this. And the equivalent of that is, hey, there's this way of people. There's these group of people that live here that study this and they do this. They go with the stars, In the grand scheme of things, like I feel like I'm like a 8th grader, 9th grader. Like I feel like I'm in the summer before going to 9th grade. Like I'm applying what I know and all this type of stuff. I feel like that I can do it better. I feel like I can do it faster. And it's like the one thing that I need to work on personally is not losing patience, because it's just not people's time. Like when I talk to the quote first graders that like everything is the devil, everything is scary, it's like it annoys me. I can't lie. It does. I have to work on that. But I have to remember that it's just not their time to wake up. It's like, okay, y'all keep eating your crayons. You know what I'm saying? By the way, the orange ones taste better than the purple ones. All right? So when you're done eating your crayons, come find me. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm not cool enough to talk to the college kids because I'm still a kid to them. The masters up there ain't going to talk to me right now. Because anybody, you don't know enough, but you're on the right path. We'll run into each other. Trust me. They're already telling me this. I can feel that, and I'm gonna find at least one of them. I'm gonna find one of them one day. So just understand that you're a trailblazer. When everyone starts to wake up, when everyone starts to floating around in space, they don't know where to go. It's up to us to go find them, and then we can bring them into our groups and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Do you like this? Cool. Take what you need and go on to the next group. You can go talk to them. We become the network of people that it's like, okay, I'm lost. Can you help me? Well, while you find your way, come on here. This is Bob. This is Sandy. This is Lou. And, let's talk about this type of stuff. You learn that, then you go here, and you might return. Once again, always find your thing. That's what this whole journey is for. Find your thing that you're going to go teach to the newbies, to all the people floating around in space. This is what we're here to do. We are the trailblazers. There's a lot less of us up here. Imagine, right? You are you shopping for shoes on Amazon. You just type in shoes. You get hundreds of pages popping up. Then you filter it on the same page. Let's just like Earth. It's on the same page. You went from 1,000 pages of shoes to 10. Then you did it by price, then by brand, then by customer reviews. And now you're up to you went from thousands to 5 pairs of shoes that fit all of your criteria. That's what's kind of like with the spiritual stuff. 95% of the people, they sleep. So you're going to be like, I'm looking for knowledge. But where I was at, if I wanted to find the next trending dance, if I wanted to find the next shoes to wear, it was easy because there was 95% of the people that were just putting out the stupid information that I don't really need. But then it's like, now that I'm not part of that, I can only feed off of this 5%. And there's a lot less of us out here scattered across the world. But that is when you use this new practice, all this new studies that you've been learning to bring us to you. When you're at this level, we're too far apart to physically meet, just by chance. You have to start using your energy, start sending out that beacon, if you will. I know I'm using a lot of space references, but send out that beacon. Then be like, oh, snap, hey, yo, let's grab him in. And they start sending it back, you start knowing where to go, you put a GPS point, and eventually you meet. Boom. Even though there's less of us, it's almost easier for us to find each other. You just have to send out that energy and be the change you want to be in the world. Be the result that you want. Okay, I'm crystal people. Let's start bringing in crystals. Okay, hey, and I'm in the crystal world. Okay, let's talk about people that are doing some deep shamanism, whatever. Okay, I find these people. They will always come to you. Always, always, always. So you're never alone. You're only alone when you believe yourself to be alone. Nothing is true until you believe it to be true. So if you are lonely, you believe you are lonely. Therefore, that's what the world reflects in you. Once again, my thing, my niche, the thing that I do is law of attraction manifestation, and like just unblocking the psychological things that are holding you back. My mom was a guidance counselor, so that's been my whole life. There's a reason. That's another video I need to make while you pick your parents. But this is my thing. And I don't care how long you stay with me. You stay with me, learn what you learn, and you can go on. That's fine. This is what all I'm here for is to be a facilitator until I get to my level of mastery. That's where I'm going. But at the end of the day, to sum it all up, right? Because I know I got a little bouncy, but to sum it all up, your spiritual loneliness is you on the very beginning of a new life. It's the beginning of a new spiritual journey. All right. And when you start to put vision to your life, when you start to say, this is where I want to go, direction, when you start to put direction to your life and you start going where you want to go, that's when the momentum starts to build for you. And you'd be like, okay, well, I'm here now. Let me study this. Oh, but that looks cool. Then you run over there. Wait, that looks cool. And then you run over there. And then you realize when you compete with yourself, when you only listen to yourself and fulfill what you want, not what society wants, but with what you want, you'll realize how much growth, because you're going to be like in Family Guy. He's like, oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. And you're going to be doing that for miles and miles and miles. And then you're going to look back, but hey, guys, and you don't realize how much growth you just went through. And then you're going to be in that lonely phase where it's like, wait, okay, my purpose is guiding me here. Okay, this is my thing now. I now am really big into this. Let me learn everything I can about this. Because then when you get to that level of mastery, when you hit that 12th grade level of mastery, which I'm still hoping to get to eventually, then you look back and be like, there's some people that need my help. Let me take the crayon out of your mouth. Let me get that back. Let me get that. Thank you. And let me start facilitating the growth. Let me go find the people like floating out in space. And then you're going to be like, this is amazing. And people always say you need to do things to get rewarded. Well, this is how you get rewarded. When you give information to the world, you get more. You might give out first grade information to people, but you'll receive your 12th grade education. That's how this works. People think, oh, if I give you this, I'm going to get it, and they're just waiting for it. No, it's a naturally occurring thing. When you are listening to your higher self, when you're listening to your God, when you're listening to your psychic, your oracle, when you're listening to your tree gods, your water gods, your fire gods, whatever, the world will come to you. You don't have to do extra stuff to appease the world. It's just natural, universal law. Okay? And that's just my world. But you can go your entire journey without learning about manifestation. You can go your whole journey without learning about crystals. But it's your journey, and that's what people need to understand. It's your journey, and you are here specifically to learn these things. And the thing that drives you is what you are supposed to learn so you can go teach to the new people. You are the facilitator of the new light. You are the facilitator of the new awakening that's coming along on our planet. So I hope that sparked something up in you, because I was feeling good when I was just talking just now. So I hope this works. And also, at the time of recording this, it was an 11/11. So if that was also a sign for you, I hope that worked for you. But anyway, I really do appreciate you guys for watching. But continue learning, and don't stop, because there's a purpose for it. Till next time.